Are you watching this video thinking, man, I would love to make a living playing video games? Well, I would love that too. So, this video is about telling you how to become a video game influencer, particularly for me for the game Free Fire, which I play every day for 4 hours minimum. And I love the game, and I recently became a U.S. influencer for them. And I want to tell you a little bit about my story and how you can become an influencer too for the maybe it's Free Fire, maybe it's another game that you love, but there's definitely techniques and strategies that you can do, but there's important things that you need to know to make that happen. Let me tell you about first with my story, but first like and subscribe to this video. Help me as I grow and do what I'm doing so I can create more of these wonderful amazing videos to help you in your process. And so my story is pretty simple. I started streaming Free Fire from the big time that I'm making this video, about 4 months before this. For some reason, people just liked me streaming it, so they started following me. I grew very quickly on Facebook, and I think by the time I reached around 50, 60,000 followers, I was just playing the game one night, and I got a message on my messenger saying, "Hey, I'd like to talk to you. I'm from Free Fire." And you know how it is. We all think, "Yeah, I'm being scammed." But I followed up. I reached out, and sure enough, it was Free Fire just saying, "Hey, we're looking for influencers in the U.S. Seems like you'd be perfect for this, and let's talk." So after talking, I became an influencer for Free Fire. It's been great. I love the game. I love playing it. I've got nothing bad to say about the organization so far or the game. I thoroughly enjoy it, and I want to see its success. But I think part of being an influencer is that you are part of a team when you become an influencer to help grow the influence that you have with people, to also help grow the influence of the game Free Fire, to allow people to not only know this game but expand it to new audiences and spread the name of the game. So that's kind of what I do. I just keep playing the game, doing what I'm doing. Free Fire hooks me up with stuff to help me in that process, and it's great to be on the inside and to know that. But it is also work. Like it's not just like being a fanboy where they give me cool stuff and I just play the game. I want to help in the process of them being able to expand their market and expand my market and the community that I have as a gaming community. And so it's really a symbiotic work process where Free Fire and influencer works together to make all this happen. So it's been awesome. But how can you become an influencer? And so mine was a pretty easy story. I got called. I got a connection from the company asking me to have a meeting. We had a meeting, and that's what happened, and it's been great. So, but that's not how everybody comes in. I was able to recommend some other influencers who are now in the program, and in the process, get to learn more about what the company is looking for in the aspect of being able to find the right people to help them grow their audience. Especially, I happen to live in this wonderful country right back here in this United States of America, which Garena is looking to expand the market. So I'm just fortunate to be in this market. Yes, there are other influencers in the world that are bigger than I am, but in the U.S., I don't think there's too many that look like me or as old as I am and playing this game and have a following. So it's been a great process, but they're looking for more and more, and we want to see more and more people succeed. And so I'm going to give you some advice about what you need to know, what you need to work on, what you need to strive for to become attractive to an influencer program. And I just, I got right here, I got another gaming company right here that sent me information for a sponsorship. And I just recently finished a sponsorship a month ago with another gaming company. And when you do the right things in your gaming career, the opportunities to be a sponsored streamer who plays a game for a company as an influencer, or who is paid to do sponsorships with other companies, or who's just given free stuff by companies to have you market and review their products, that it's there. And as someone who's done that in a period of really 3 months, it's there for anyone if you want to work hard enough and you want to build the audience. And so I mean, I'm 41 and I can do it, but my 14-year-old is also an influencer and for a gaming company, and so he can do it too. So if you're sitting there thinking, "Well, I just can't do this," I'm too young or too old. Guess what? You can be young and old and do it both. So I'm hoping this will help you. So let me tell you some of the things you need to know. I'm going to show you some insights. You can see the Free Fire stuff here on the screen. You can see my Dad Venture banner over there, and it's in the game. But so I love this game. I love playing it. But let me tell you how you can begin to work on a process of making yourself attractive to gaming companies. And I'm doing some follow-up videos teaching you how to go from 0 to 100, from 100 to 1,000, from 1,000 to 10,000 and beyond, to grow your audience and be able to get some of those metrics together. So the first thing is you need to check out your metrics. You need to know who you are. This is kind of the inside of channel analytics for Google. All the metrics you need to know are in here in these channel metrics. And so you can go into your Google, YouTube, you can go into your Facebook. Facebook has them here. There's the insights in the Creator Studio, and you need to be able to go through these things, and you need to find out about your audience. Who is your audience? Where are they coming from? And ultimately, what does that look like for a company? So what does your audience need to be? Doesn't matter what kind of you're using servers, whether you're using Twitch, YouTube, whether you're using Facebook, whether you're using D Live or Trovo or some other program, TikTok, Instagram. You need to have an audience in a social media platform with which your game is big. I play a game that's not big on Twitter or Twitch, and there's reasons why. We'll go that in a different video. But it's not big on those platforms, so I'm really focusing on Facebook as my number one platform. YouTube is my number two. Some people switch it around, but I know where my game is played, and I know where my game is viewed, and I build an audience there. And so what game companies want to know is they want to know from your audience, looking at your analytics, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, whatever, what are the top countries that your fans are from? What is the basis of your fan base? What are the top companies that they're from? What are the gender breakdown of your audience? What's the age breakdown of your audience? What's the average percent viewed of your videos? Like if you have a video, what's the average percent that gets viewed? What's the length of the average view duration for your viewers? And really, ultimately, what are the average views per viewer? Do you have 100 viewers coming back 100 times, or do you have one viewer watching once? Like, we need to know how often your viewers return to see your content, and what's making up the views that you get. Who's making up the view? We need to know your followers or your subscribers. How many of those are unique viewers in each of your videos? And then we need to ultimately know your views and your watch time. For me, I know my metrics every night. I watch all my metrics. I look at them and I get off. I know that, generally in a 4-hour stream, I try to aim around 100,000 views, which means about 3,000 likes, 1,000 to 1,500 comments, and 4,000 engagements on a Facebook post. And so it changes, but you need to have metrics that you're aiming for. 3 months ago, I was hoping for 1,000 views, a night. So things have changed quite a bit as my platform has grown, but it's also meant that I've had different metrics and I've had different understandings of really what I need my audience to be. And so I know where my gender breakdown is. I know where my age category breakdown is, and I know all those things. And as a gamer who wants to be an influencer, you need to live and breathe those statistics. You're creating a gaming content creation business, which you're then trying to ultimately sell to a gaming creator such as Free Fire or another game. You're actually sell that audience and your ability to be part of the business plan with them as you influence your audience. And so Facebook has similar metrics. Twitch has similar metrics. Most of the companies have similar metrics, which you can find out who's viewing, who's watching, how long they're watching. And ultimately, for you, those are the metrics you need. Can you have an audience of 100,000 followers and not have the right audience to be an influencer for a game in a region? Sure. It would be tough because 100,000 is a pretty sizable audience. It's not the biggest, but it's getting, it's starting to move up there. But if you are in a region like myself in the U.S., where a gaming company is trying to make ground, and you not only are live in that region, you speak the language in that region, you have a great following in that region, then ultimately that's going to make you much more attractive than somebody outside the region with a bigger following. I've had people ask me this in other servers that I play in. Well, I mean, I've got 1 million followers and I'm not an influencer, for the company. I'm like, but you don't live in the right place. It's just, some of it's just right place, right time mentality. And so if you want to be a gaming influencer, you need to figure out what regions and areas your company is trying to break into that you love to play the game for. And then you need to create an audience in that area that's loyal fan base to you, that come back for over and over and over again, reoccurring, visits to come back and see your content, so that they will be the right opportunity for you to pitch to a company. Since I live in North America, I live in the U.S., I want to be attractive to a North American audience, for which me is U.S., Canada for the most part. Because in my game that I play, Free Fire, I think Mexico is in a different region for the most part, or many of them, and ultimately for the Spanish speaking part of North America, I think is in ours. And so that's kind of what I'm doing. So I'm working on building an audience that is in that market that also makes it attractive to the game. So if you want to do that too, my advice to you is this: start connecting with other people in your region, and make sure that you're living in a region that the company wants to grow in. I have a friend that is in the South Africa region, and that's a newer region. Pakistan also, I'm guaranteeing that they're looking for Pakistan influencers, they're looking for Bangladesh influencers, they're looking for South Africa influencers, these smaller regions that are now becoming a thing because it's opportunities for companies to grow. I suggest making sure you know your metrics, you know your audience, and build the audience that you think will be attractive to a game like Free Fire. And ultimately, when you do that, you're going to be attractive to the company. You're going to have success as influencer. You're going to build your audience. So don't get disheartened if you're sitting there with only 10,000 followers or 1,000 followers. I was just there a few months ago. I mean, 4 months ago, I had 1,000 followers. 5 months later, 4 months later, I've got 77,000 followers on one, and lots of followers across other, like 12 other places that I stream. So you can do this. You truly can become an influencer, but you need to treat it like a business. You need to act like a business person, and you need to be excited about growing the influence, not only for you with your gaming community, but for the game that you know and love and want to play. Good luck. Look for my other videos, and there'll be more content for you on this topic soon.